All right, we're back in the garage with the S2000. It's time for a new exhaust again, and this time it's actually new. All right, guys, so if you've been following along, you might have known that I've already swapped the exhaust on the S2000 once. I did pick up a used Apex World Sport exhaust for a couple $100, and it was definitely better than what I had on the car, but it still ultimately wasn't what I wanted long term. Now that my new exhaust has come in, since they are back ordered, it's time for me to install that. So this is the REVEL or Tanabe exhaust system. So generally it's the Tanabe Medallion, but REVEL is their new brand that they're gonna sell here in the United States. And mine finally came in, so let's go ahead and we'll start getting this unpacked and we'll get it on the car. So this is the REVEL exhaust system by Tanabe. REVEL is their new brand that they're marketing here in the United States, and this was ordered around November, and it only took me a smooth 4 or 5 months to get it. So now, even a couple months later after I received it, I do have time to go ahead and swap it out. Like I said earlier, I had swapped the exhaust already, so it did have something decent, but this was ultimately my end game, and this is what I wanted on it the whole time, and now I have it. So let's go ahead and get it unboxed, and we will see what we got going on in this box. All right, guys, so now that the box is removed, you can see it's 4 parts. So I have my Y pipe here, my 2 mufflers, and then my intermediate pipe that'll go from the cat back to the Y, and then from the Y to the 2 mufflers. So everything's here. I think I'm gonna leave it packaged until I start putting it on the car. That way nothing happens to it. But I wanted to make sure everything was here, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get it installed. So I'm probably not gonna go through every little nut and bolt on this car for uninstalling the exhaust. I already did a video where I uninstalled the exhaust. If you wanna go back and take a look at that, feel free. If not, I'm really just gonna look for the big differences between this exhaust and my last exhaust, and then probably take it for a nice little test drive to see how it sounds inside the car with the top up, with the top down, and then see how that goes. So let's go ahead and let's get wrenching. Alright guys, so the exhaust's been installed for a little while and I have had a chance to drive it, so here are a few of the sound clips from a couple different vantage points. guys, so that's gonna pretty much wrap up this video. I do like the exhaust. It's definitely that little bit louder than the Apex World Sport was. It's still quiet enough to daily drive, but it has none of the drone that it had when it came on with no resonators. So I've heard almost little to no drone, if any. I can't even think about it now whether I've heard any, but this really is the best of both worlds in my opinion. It's not quite as loud as some of the higher end exhausts, and I'm not really sure about the performance numbers, but as far as just sound quality goes, it's every bit of the sound that you would expect when you're high in the rev range, but it's quiet enough to daily drive it when you're not, especially with the top up. You can hear yourself think inside the car, which is something I couldn't do when I first got it, and it's just that little bit louder than the Apex World Sport. So hope you like what you saw. Drop me a comment if you have any questions or feedback or anything like that, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.